Welcome to News West 9's West Texas View with Johnny Lou Avery.
Welcome to the West Texas View. Today and next Sunday, you're going to meet two student doctors. They're in their third year of medical school, and they can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and they've had some great experiences leading up to this point. And this is always a good time for you to meet some of these, and first of all, to be inspired by what led them to this profession and to all of the hard work that it takes, but also what their future vision is for themselves. So today you're going to meet Bianca Garcia, and Bianca is going to tell us all about herself. And if you've got any feedback about this program, be sure and send me an email. I'd be happy to receive it. Bianca, it's such a pleasure to have you here, and you're a student at the Texas Tech Health Science Center.
Yes.
And tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a third-year medical student. I'm from the Rio Grande Valley area, so I'm from McAllen, Texas.
Okay.
It's about 10 or 12 hours south of here.
Long way. So has this been a cultural shock for you?
Not really. I mean, Texas is
Well, where
really
did you go for your undergraduate work?
I went to University of Texas at Austin.
Okay.
So, you know, it's 4 years of undergrad, then 4 years of medical school, and then 2 or 3 years of residency. I'm in my third year of medical school.
And so then one more year, and then you'll be in your residency, but you don't know where you'll be. Will it be at a local hospital, do you think?
I really hope to stay in Texas. You apply at the end of your fourth year, and you match to a residency program. So I really hope to stay in Texas, and I hope to practice family medicine.
Oh, good. Well, tell us a little bit about how you got to this place. Did you have folks in your family that were in the medical field in any way, or did you have a teacher that urged you because you were a good science student, or what was the reason?
I actually had my cousin's girlfriend was the only healthcare professional in my family. She is a physician's assistant, so following her around in undergrad, I really liked science and math. I majored in biology, and actually from following her around is when I got my first experience with medicine. After UT, I'm a kind of non-traditional student in that after I graduated from UT in my undergrad, I took 2 or 3 years off to work, and that's when I started working in the emergency rooms in Fort Worth with the electronic medical records, and that's when I really started getting a better feel for medicine.
And did you, when you were applying, was everybody really impressed with your grades? Were they impressed with the fact that you had all of this math and science? What was it that made you accepted into medical school?
I think really what specifically Texas Tech, or medical schools in Texas at least, what they're really impressed with most is the mature outlook that you have on medicine, and with that you need some experience with working in the healthcare field or some research that really helps getting published or getting your name in a paper. That's grades are very important. MCAT score is important, but also I think that the 2 or 3 years that I had experience in working in the healthcare environment really gave me more stability and a more mature foundation, and they could see that when I interviewed with them.
And did you specifically come to medical school with a preconceived idea of what area you wanted to go into, or have you discovered that as you've gone through your medical school studies?
I've definitely discovered that more and more that as I go through my studies. It's just, I don't know if you know about undergrad, but your major changes, pretty frequently as you get you know, a better feel for the environment and what you really want to pursue for the rest of your life.
You start out wanting to be an accountant, and
Right.
then you decide you want to be a PE teacher, and then you decide you wanted to go into advertising or something.
Right, and that's exactly how medicine is. There's so many different fields in medicine that, you know, I'm in my psychiatry rotation right now. As a third year, you rotate through the 6 different areas of medicine. And for me, my first rotation is psychiatry. And while I really like family medicine, because I've worked in that environment as well, I really do like psychiatry.
But explain the medical school process to us. You go through the first and second year pretty much just studying what you need to study. But the third year is when you go through a rotation of all of the different areas, and you concentrate on those different areas. And tell us why you do that. It's not just to choose your future area, but it's to give you a broad knowledge, isn't it?
Right. It's to give you a broad knowledge. Of course, after those 4 years, you do get your MD, and with that comes a lot of responsibility. You know, people entrust their livelihood with you,
and they expect you to be able to answer any question.
Right. So definitely the first 2 years is a lot more classwork. It's getting your science foundation, you know, learning about physiology and the process of disease. So it's a lot of reinforcement of your science background, being able to answer any question, whether it's molecular or symptomatic, that your patients may come to you with. And then the third and fourth years are more clinical, where we get to experience all types of medicine. We get the opportunity to communicate with patients, work on social skills, and you know, broadening the different aspect of medicine, which is, you know, why doctors exist.
But when do you actually go have your grand tours or whatever it is when you go around to the hospitals?
Our grand tours are this year in third year. So it's 8 weeks for each rotation, at least here at Texas Tech. And so it's 6 different areas of medicine that you get to rotate through. First, you know, there's just, everybody's different, but the main 6 areas are psychiatry, family medicine, pediatrics, internal medicine, surgery, and OBGYN.
And so it's when you get through with all of that rotation, you kind of have an idea of more of what you want to do.
Right.
We're going to have to take a break right now, but we'll be back in just a minute and continue this conversation with Bianca Garcia. Isn't this an interesting thing to learn about what we do in medical school? See you in just a minute.
Stay tuned. West Texas View will be right back.